Welcome to Part 6 of training for new modifications made to CAPS for APS placements, services, and expenditures. In this training, we will discuss new questions that are intended to help us collect important information that will be documented in CAPS. A new set of questions has been added to the Add Program Service screen on a new tab called the Support Inventory tab. Answers to these questions are required when a case moves from an investigations case to a protective services case. Notice the blue text beside the first question. If the adult has personal care assistant or homemaker services, those services must be entered in the Placement Services Payments tab during the investigations phase of the case. Close out of this screen and enter those services if the adult has them. If the adult doesn't have these services when the case moves to protective services but needs them later, those services can be entered in the protective services phase of the case. For every question that has a yes answer, data must be entered in CAPS. If it is already entered, CAPS will not require you to go back and enter it again. You will get a message shown here telling you which data is missing for each question with a yes answer. The message also tells you where to enter that data in CAPS. You will enter the adult's marriage status on the demographics screen of the Person tab. This data is for federal reporting the APS has to submit each year. You will enter the Medicaid, Medicare, and SSA, SSI information on the Medical Administration tab of the Person screen. Once you enter this data, it will populate all placement and service requests you submit. You will enter data about disabilities on a new tab of the Person screen called the APS Disabilities tab. This data is also for federal reporting. If you enter a physical disability, the message shown here will appear to remind you to refer this case to DDSN. And if you enter a mental health illness, the message shown here will appear to remind you to refer this case to the Department of Mental Health. Once you have entered all the required information, click the Commit button in the upper right corner of the screen. Thank you for watching this 6-part training series for new APS modifications to CAPS. This completes the training for county staff. If you have any questions, please contact your regional director.